Well, good morning, and the weather outside is slightly changeable with, well, it's raining. And that's the point of this collection of videos that I'm going to make, is on the climate and in specific the climate change. I'm doing a lot of research into the subject as a technologist, as an architectural technologist, and I'm going to start putting up video blogs now of my work and everything else, just to see how it works. My first sort of stab into this is to write a brief, and the other one is to buy this book. It is seriously worth trying to find a copy. This is a second-hand copy, but hell, you would not know it. And I think I paid about I think 18 quid for it, which is reasonable for an academic type of book, and it's full of stuff that I'd be interested in. So what's going to go into this video log or vlog? It really is my thoughts and ideas as I go along the concept of the climate change. The more I look into it, the more complex it seems. There is so much to consider. It's not just the technologist's view of detail, putting the right materials in. It's a whole concept of how the building looks, the colour, the materials being used, the external shading, how they look at the use of the building, all the other buildings, the building regulations, and even planning. Everything comes into shape. And when you look at the materials, it's what is the inbuilt carbon content from the manufacturer, what is the transport costs, what is the in-use carbon, what's the installation carbon. In some cases this could be quite high. So there is just a whole heap of things that I'm looking at, and the first thing is to try and start to put up a brief together, which I've just done. The next thing is I'm going to load that onto ResearchGate and see if there's any comments on it, and then I'm going to start doing more papers on it, and I think there'll be several papers. The first one is going to be an overview of the subject matter and trying to get some context into the complexity of climate change. It's the weather, it's architecture, it's planning, it's material development and manufacture. It is just everything that goes into this whole question of climate change. And we haven't got time to muck around. We've got to get this sorted and done pretty quickly. So without further ado, as they say, I'm going to crack on with this. This is my project now. It's my big project. So look down below and see if there are any more, but there will be other videos being added to this as I go through. And the first one I think will be to discuss my brief and put that up onto the screen and you can have a look at it, and then the rest of it will be the book. I think the book is by a guy called Bjorn Berg, who's Norwegian, and it was originally written in Norwegian, but two guys, Chris Butler and Philip Henley, translated it and into a second edition, which is the one I've got now. So I'm going to have a read through that and see what they've got to say, and then I will I'll make comments on it. Okay, be good. Cheers.